So, I have a confession to make. I am not trying to save the community. I know I get a lot of questions in my comments, a lot being subjective. I get questions in my comments about, you know, what's your plan to save the community? Free advertising for Subway. I don't believe the community can be saved. There are good people in the community, and then there's the rest. And there's a lot of the rest. There are three basic kinds of people in this community, besides the good people. There are the convicts or ex-cons. They've had negative experiences with law enforcement, and they see this community as a way for them to get at the law enforcement, to pester, harass, be irritating. Convicts, ex-convicts are fairly rampant. Not most, but a lot of the bigger auditors and channels have criminal records, or some even extensive criminal records. It's a big chunk. There is a smaller group that is evenly divided between those who are con men or con women, who are playing for donations, giving bad advice, trying to just basically do whatever they can to get the true believers to cough up dough. And then there's the other half of that equation. They're the people who just see it as easy money. They're not out there necessarily to con. They'll go out and they'll do the audits, etc. But their end goal is to sell T-shirts and get, you know, GoFundMe's or PayPal's or AdSense. That's always going to be there. It's just the nature of this community. So I'm not here to save the community. I am here to help auditors. I'm here to help the ones who want to listen be able to avoid going to jail for something as dumb as trespass, or for starting a fight with a cop. Now I'm never going to convince everybody. There's some, like I said, I'm not going to convince the ex-cons, because they're out there to start trouble. They're out there to be asshats. There's really no way of changing them. There's a very high recidivism rate just in general, and people who break laws tend to be people who break laws. It's one of the many reasons why cops want to get a hold of your ID, so they can run you to see if you have a propensity to do criminal activity. As far as the con men, obviously they're just criminals as well, so they're going to do what they're going to do. The other small portion of that are the people who are doing this as a good way to make money without having to work hard. You know, you just stand in front of a post office and wait for the cops to show up after you called them or whatever. Those people can and probably will benefit from me if they decide to take the time. They can obviously use the information I provide to stay on traditional public forums and avoid getting popped for trespass, things like that. I'm not here to save the community. I think I'm here at best to minimize damage to the good people out there who want to fight for a cause and they want to do it right. And hopefully along the way, I can prevent some erosion of the First Amendment protections that we have. Now, by that I mean cities and states and agencies, police departments, post offices, hopefully, if people do things the right way, then we'll see fewer restrictions imposed, and restrictions which actually probably are okay by the First Amendment. Because the tests, remember the tests, kids. I think that's all I really had to say. Again, I'm not claiming to be Jesus Christ or anything like that. I'm not going to be able to save the community. So I have some people asking me about it. It's just never going to happen. I am not going to be the leader, because no, and there isn't. You can't say that. It's not. You're not going to save it. The best thing that everybody can do is just minimize damage. If you're going to be spreading around information, spread around true information. Inspect what you expect. Make sure things are legal. Make sure things are correct. Don't just parrot what you hear someone who's probably a criminal saying out there. Because if jailhouse lawyers were so good at the law, then they wouldn't be in jail, or they wouldn't have been caught, etc. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Thank you for watching. I'm going to go back to work. You have a great day.